Hello, Eski fans, and welcome to another Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. I'm Corey Larange.
And I'm Meg Morrison. Welcome back. We missed you last week.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, yeah, that's the last compliment I'm giving him today.
So.
But it is a beautiful day out here. You'd hardly believe that it's football season and we're halfway through it. Absolutely,
and one Eskimo that wouldn't know it is the halfway point, judging from all the bruises all over his body because it is such a tough job, is Eskimo center Kyle Koch. Giving you an idea of what he goes through day in and day out, he is in this week's POV.
Well, there's some head smashing. I was a little worried about that camera today.
There goes the camera.
A lot of it's mental. Like, it's mentally, you know, like, yeah, it's physical, but it's, you know, making sure your feet go where they need to go and making sure your eyes are seeing what, you know, you need to see. And it's, practice is good for stuff like that. It's, to me, it's, you know, if you can take care of where you're going, the physical stuff will just take care of itself usually. Usually we start with season cues, so centers and quarterbacks, and we just go through plays. The quarterback exchange, so hut the ball to the quarterback and all the different motions and looks and stuff like that. Then we go to kind of a blitz period. We walk through some different looks, and then we go to inside run, and you go, you know, you run some plays, and same thing. It's all about getting different looks, and it's all seeing it. You know, if we can't get each other in the right position, I can't get the other 5 guys to see what I'm seeing. It doesn't matter what we're doing because you're not going to be able to block guys. So that's the biggest part out here. Like, yeah, it's physical, and the most part, it's just making sure the guys know where they're going. So it is mental.
180. 180.
You always got to remember the snap count. That's kind of the oddball. You know, you kind of gotta. It's something that you're told, and then you forget. Like, not forget, but it's the last thing that you need to remember, but you still need to remember it. Me, I get up and you set the protection or you set the run, you make calls to tell guys where to go. My job is just to make sure that, you know, everybody knows we got 5 guys, and let's make sure we're blocking the right 5. Just working on same thing, just offensive line stuff. Same. We look at just a few different run, pass looks, stuff like that. Just stuff that we don't, you know, maybe is different week to week. You know, stuff that you have to look at because you might not be the same next week. So it's a new thing and new techniques. For us, it's nice. It simulates what it's like when you're, you know, you got a minute left, you got to go and you got to move the ball. So you're moving quickly and things are happening quickly. The ball's snapping quick, so you don't have a lot of time to make calls, but you got to get up, make them quick, and everybody gets set and go. So it's a good test to see how your communication is.
They're going to have some great footage right here, baby.
So if nothing else, that was at least a really good durability test for GoPro cameras. You know what? It took it so well, in fact, that we're going to give it an even bigger beating in a couple weeks' time when we stick it on Eskimo D lineman Donnie Yeo.
Now, if you've been flying in and out of Edmonton over the past couple of years, you've noticed a lot of changes at our airport. One of them happened just over a week ago. They added a whole bunch of new baggage carousels, and one has some green and gold flair. We take a look at it next with Cheer Team member Jill.
This is really the doorway to Edmonton. And nothing says Edmonton like the Eskimos. I mean, just think about it. 13 Grey Cups. They're symbols of our region's drive, its success, and its championship spirit.
Really impressed walking in here, seeing what they did with the carousel here with the Eskimos. Pretty nice. It's going to be great for foreigners to come in here and see that display and know that the Eskimos are here and that we're a power.
It's great to be involved with the Eskimos community. I didn't know how big that aspect was, but I love it. And it's become one of my favorite parts. So not being from Edmonton, it was great to see all the events that go on in the community and all the fundraisers. And it was great to meet all the people in the community. Everyone is so great and happy to have us there. So it's great to just celebrate with everyone. And there's such a rich tradition within the Eskimo family. So it's great to be a part of it. I started off dancing with some girls from the U of A dance team. So that's how I heard about the Eskimos cheer team in the first place. And so I loved watching them and seeing everything they were doing, so I decided to try out, and that's how I got started. It was a lot to learn all at once, but it was great. It's really great to have the vets. Like I said, I knew some of the girls from before, so they were really great helping me out with all the cheers and the dances and everything like that. So it's overwhelming, but it's really exciting. Well, it was definitely a lot easier this year because you kind of have your foot in the ground, you know what's going on a little bit more. So it's good because there were some new girls on the team this year that I knew from before, one girl from back home as well, so that was exciting. So I could help her out a little bit as well, and now we can practice together. So it's great, and it just keeps getting that much more exciting. There's always new experiences, so it's great.
The Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show will be back after this. Welcome back to the Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. You know, I've never seen Corey quite as excited as he was at the beginning of the month when the cheer team unveiled their brand new calendar to help with fundraising.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? I think that was one of our more popular episodes, probably. Anyways, I've got a lot of buddies that enjoyed it. Speaking of the fundraising with the calendars, we figured that the Eskimo players should lend a hand to sell the calendars. So we issued a challenge to 2 Eskimo rookies, Simone Lawrence and Shamad Chambers, to see who could sell the most. But first, let's find out a little bit more about the 2 rookies and see how they think they're going to perform in this challenge.
We met during training camp because me and Simone are both rookies. We were in like the kind of the visitors locker room, and he was really loud and stuff like that. After one of our tough days, we were doing a pool workout, and it's a funny story. It's kind of weird. We were kind of just in the front of the lines, and he was like, we were going underwater and see who could hold their breath the longest under the water. That's kind of how it all started.
First time I noticed Shamad was when I put him in my talent show, because for my talent show I did the ugliest people on the team, and he made the cut. So that's how I first met him, and then we just connected. Real cool guy.
Yeah, we're together probably every single day. He's my roommate, so you know he's a lot to handle, but you know you get used to him after a while and learn how to deal with him.
Can somebody bring my car up? I retired.
Kavis wanted me to be with someone who was going to be around and stuff like that, and who we could push each other a little bit. So, you know, we kind of clicked early, and we're cool with each other really early in camp. So I just said, you want to room up? And he said, all right.
I was trying to live by myself, but Shamad kept insisting that I move in with him. It's like, bro, we could be roommates. It'd be so cool. We'd be living in Edmonton for our whole lives, and I just want to be your roommate and all this. I'm like, bro, like, slow down a little bit. He's like, I found a place. He's real emotional. He's emotional, but he's real, he's down to earth, but he's emotional too. He'll tell you all of his feelings in like 5 seconds.
Simone likes attention, so sometimes you just give him whatever he wants just to get him to stop talking.
Come talk to me. Yeah, come talk to me. Come talk to me, guys. Come talk to me. Come talk to me for a little bit. All right, guys, look.
I can say one, ADD. It's not even really a word, but energetic and crazy. That's about it. Hey! It came out like he just started doing it, and then after that, it was between me and him. So like when you call it out, I'd know where he is. So if he screamed it, I'd like look to see where he was. Then it just came his own, and now people in the fans are saying it. It's just, I don't know, it's so addicted, like.
With the heart.
I don't even know how it grew on me. It's just, I used to do it just to get people's attention real quick. Like when I run in on the field, take somebody out and stuff, I usually do it. It's really, I don't know, it's so addicted. I just do it self-consciously now, if that's the right word.
Yeah, I worked at the Bombay company a couple years ago. Actually, it was for just basically my mom really liked the Bombay store because it had all the furniture, so she got me a part-time job there. And I worked there, I didn't really like it that much. And I worked at a collection agency where you have to collect money from people. So kind of know how to do retail, but play football.
People say that, you know, I could sell water to a whale, you know? I'm pretty confident in my selling abilities.
I'm gonna probably do okay. It's kind of dead around here. Hopefully I can get a couple, and if I don't, I'll just give the person some money to give me back so I can sell a couple.
This is gonna be a cakewalk. I'm much more presentable than Shamad. Shamad, he's gonna be a little nervous. He's gonna go up and be like, do you wanna? Yeah, he's gonna have a little trouble, you know? But I'm a people's person. I might beat him by $100 worth.
I'm definitely gonna try to win this. I don't want to hear him for the rest of the night.
Hands down, no competition. Perfect. Where's the trophy?
know both guys are already pretty competitive, but I'm sure that whoever loses will hear about it for a long time, being that the fact that both guys are roommates. Our interview this week is Mr. Dwayne Vanneau. You're back on the show, and we're always happy to have you, buddy.
I'm back. Yeah, thanks for having me.
So this week, we're going to talk about our annual dinner and the women's dinner. So let's start off with the women's dinner and give us an overview of what that's all about.
Sure. Yeah, it's an initiative that started about 5 years ago, and it was really started to engage more women into the sport of football, and it's really grown to become quite the fundraiser for Ovarian Cancer Research Fund. So really what it is, it's an all women dinner. It's all females, and men aren't allowed, so you're not allowed to come, Corey. And we do it in the field house in the new rec center, and about 600 people come, and it's really it's an opportunity for women to learn more about football. They get to go have a champagne reception in the dressing room, and it's a good night, and they celebrate football.
How do they mostly raise funds? Do they do silent auction and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's auction items, there's some silent auction items, and then obviously the cost of the event is we put it on for very little, as little as we possibly can, and try to make money off the tickets and that kind of thing. So it's really a great event. It helps a good cause, and it really it engages females and women into the sport of football.
So before we go into the annual dinner details, maybe you can give us an idea of how women can get involved in the women's dinner.
Sure. So everything's at our website. So go to s.com or call our office at 448-ESKS and just ask about it, and they'll answer any question you might have.
Great. Annual dinner then.
Annual dinner. This is another great one. You know, we're getting into the dinner season, right? But it's on October 23rd. This will be the 48th annual. It's been going on for a long time, and it was hosted for a long time by Wes Montgomery. And so after he passed, Mark Schultz took over the reins, and he's been hosting it for a lot of years. But it's really a celebration of football. And this year our theme is going around the 100th, and we're celebrating our 13 Grey Cups. And that's sort of our history within the 100th.
So then with the 13 Grey Cups, I guess the entire night is going to be themed around that and the dinner as well, right?
Exactly, and it's a great networking event. There's always around 1,000 people at the dinner, and it's all the players are there, and it's no matter where we are in the standings, there's we're always going to be close, and so it's an opportunity to get all pumped up, and it's almost like a tailgate party but dinner style.
I like it. Sounds good. It sounds like a lot of fun. So how do people get involved in that?
It's the same thing, a website and our phone number at www.s.com or 448-ESKS, and just ask about it, and we'll tell you anything you need to know.
Sounds good, Dwayne. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back right after this on the Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. Welcome back to the Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. Just want to say a big thanks to Doug for filling in last week, but it's good to be back. I missed you guys.
Oh, you did? Oh, we sure missed you too.
Why is there so much sarcasm in your face?
Of course we missed you, but one guy that actually shows up every single week and performs, and he's on time, is Burke Dales. Let's see what he has for us today.
Okay, you are now back in the coffin corner with Burke Dales, and I am fortunate enough to bring in DT, Devin Tyler, the 2011 Devy Award winner, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Devin Tyler. Thanks for being in the coffin corner.
You're too kind. You're too kind. I'm glad to be here.
No, glad to have you here today with me. You played for the Temple Owls, big D1 school. What's your most memorable moment as a Temple Owl?
My most memorable moment as a Temple Owl had to be, we're playing Akron. You heard of Akron? We're playing Akron. We're there at their house. It's on national television. We run a reverse. I step down, I spin back, and the DN for Akron just so happens to be our DN, Sean Lemon. Lemon, and he's chasing the play down. He thinks he's gonna get it. He's excited, and I'm coming around the reverse. Bow, hit him.
Earhole.
Flips him. I flipped him. His cleats hit me in my head.
You decleated Sean Lemon from our football team.
Sean Lemon.
What's your relationship with him now?
I mean, I could tell that he still holds it against me. We're kind of cool, but like at times he brings it up. He's a little mad about it, But I mean, he didn't even speak to me after the game.
There's no doubt about that. Okay, your favorite music, your favorite genre, what would it be?
Of course, hip-hop.
Hip-hop? Favorite artist?
Of all time, Jay-Z. Right now, Rick Ross.
Rick Ross right now, Jay-Z, two solid performers. Favorite song?
Right now, it's Extremely Blessed by 2 Chainz featuring The Dream.
Can you give us 5 to 10 seconds of some of the lyrics?
while she's undressing. Man, I'm stressing. She's extremely blessed, extremely blessed, extremely. Yeah.
That's sick. That's unbelievable. Okay, out of all the famous people in the world, have you met somebody famous? And if so, who's the most famous person that you've ever met?
Well, I met a few people, and I don't really look at him as being famous, but I actually grew up with somebody that's kind of famous. His name is Kevin Durant. Y'all might know him. That's my boy. You know, I know him since I was like 12.
I think we've heard of Kevin Durant.
I think y'all might have heard of him.
If there was a movie made of your life, Devin, who would play the role of you?
Well, at first it would probably be hard to find somebody with my charm, but I'm going to have to go with Will Smith. If he had to go to beard, I think he could probably pull it off.
Very solid, very solid. If you could sit down and have a drink, sit down, have a Crown and Coke with anybody in the world, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Right now, it would have to be Jay-Z. You know, I would have to sit down and I would pick his mind to, you know, understand what he was thinking, how he got what he got, you know. I just respect him a lot, you know.
Who would you most prefer to see in lingerie? Rosie O'Donnell, Oprah Winfrey, or Dylan Steenbergen?
That's Sean Lennon. I would have to say Oprah. I'm gonna go with Oprah. The money makes it better.
The money does make it better. Okay, in the last segment, we like to call Knock 'em Out or Buy 'em a Beer. We're going to go out on a limb here, pick somebody controversial. The replacement referees in the NFL, do you knock them out or do you buy them beers?
I can't believe you asked me that question. Did you see the game last night?
I did.
I would have to knock them out.
I would have to agree. DT, Devin Tyler, the most interesting man in the world. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Burke, and you might want to throw some earmuffs on for this next segment because our next guest is going to talk about CFL kickers in not the best light.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Every year, the CFL selects its inductees for its Hall of Fame. The ceremonies this year are taking place in November, and there's actually a former Eskimo quarterback that will be inducted. We got a chance to catch up with him a little earlier this year.
For a number of years, I used to always see this gentleman by the name of Ray Newman. Was a scout with the Eskimos, but I didn't know until my senior year. So for 2 years, my coach really didn't tell me who that person was, but they've watched me 3 years. And also during that time when my brother went to the National Football League in 1982, I think they striked that year, and then I started watching the Edmonton Eskimos and Canadian Football League games. I was watching Warren Moon, and I always was a big fan of his, and he was one of my heroes ever since he was at the University of Washington playing in the Rose Bowl. That's when I knew then and started to get the inkling that my opportunity to play quarterback was still ever present. I always wanted to play quarterback in my heart, and I knew if I had the opportunity to play quarterback, and if it wasn't the National Football League, I already knew the path that Warren Moon took through the CFL, and so that piqued my curiosity. Once an Eskimo, always an Eskimo. I would say the cities that I always find it very special to me, one is Edmonton. The fact here, because I understand that this was a team that created the foundation for me to allow me to expand. I believe to get those extra years in, the success I had here, and what I was taught here about, team and teamwork, and it was the foundation for me to, I think what ultimately made me the player that I am today. Those Grey Cups will always be memories that you have and teams that you won it with. I believe when it comes to, being able to break records and play as long as I've had, you have to look at longevity. And why longevity, and why I was able to stay healthy. And to me, it really comes back to the overall aspect of, how I approach the game. I think it's a combination of your ability to play and your intelligence about the game of football that allows you to, play as long as you have.
With a big run, and that could pretty much put this one away.
The thing that I look at most is my longevity and my ability to endure, because when it's all said and done, I'm up there among the most games played. The guys that are around me, they're all punters. And so, we have to look at those guys. Are they really, athletes or not? But we know that they're all great men, and they've done their job very well. But you know, to be among the most games played is, to me, is probably my biggest accomplishment.
The Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show will be back after this.
Welcome back to the Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. And before we move on, we'd just like to say a big congratulations to Damon on getting inducted into the CFL Hall of Fame.
Absolutely, what an accomplishment. And he played with a lot of teams during his entire career in the CFL, one of them being the BC Lions, who were here this past weekend. And of course, as always, our cameras were on the sidelines to catch all the best sights and sounds.
I am convinced, I'm convicted, that character withstands everything. No matter what is thrown at a man with character, he will stand up. No matter what is said about a man of character, he will stand up. Apply that to a team with character. They will stand up in adversity, in turmoil, in all the things that may serve as a distraction. A team of character will stand up. This is a team of character. You're men of character. And the noise has been loud around you. It has been screaming in your face. It has been screaming behind your back. And only us in this room understand what our heart is about. Know what our passion is. And know what this process is going to lead to. Show everyone your character. Show everyone your heart. Because they don't understand and they don't need to understand. Like Kerry Joseph's grandmother said, we're going to be all right, guys. Let's go.
You see him down there? Huh? See him down? Well, if you would have just kept it to the corner, like, you would have beat him to the corner. You were playing, this how he was, like this. You outran him! Yo, he didn't want you to, he wanted you to keep going, but he didn't have to make the tackle. He won't make it, did he? No, he didn't want to make the tackle. He won't be great. That's big time. Hey, Garrett. Hey. You got to get down in that 41. All right. If it's Doc, we're switching it, right? Somebody got to be down. We can't have 4 guys high.
He caught that, bro.
That does it for another episode on the Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. Good job, Meg.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, good to be back.
Good to have you back.
Thanks. As always, we'll be back next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. on Shaw TV, Channel 10, or check us out online, esks.com or shawtv.ca. And make sure to visit all of our social media. You have Instagram, you have YouTube, you have Facebook, or you can tweet us at The Gridiron Show.
Now, things haven't been going so well for the Eskimos this past while, but it all started in Calgary. So this Friday at 8 o'clock, they're going back to McMahon to get the monkey off their back.
If you can't make the drive down the QE2 to check all the action, make sure to check it out on the Voice of the Eskimos 6:30 CHED or check your Shaw HD listings. Once again, I apologize for Meg's performance, but again, I'll be there next week to bail her out as always.
Really? Thanks for watching. The Carl Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show is brought to you by Carl Hager Limb Brace, custom designed braces and foot orthotics manufactured in Edmonton. Jefferson, welcome back. We missed you last week.
Appreciate that.
And that's
what you guys did.
Yeah, oh, you did. Yeah, that's
sorry.
It's happened just a few weeks. Oh, sorry, just over blah, 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 blah. Hager Green and Gold Gridiron Show. I got a baby that's making noise in the background. Hello. Thanks, Burp.
Burp. burp. You are a mother.
I got a gridiron show. And before we move on, big congratulations to Damon on all of his accomplishments and for being, took your word.
You did, I know, I'm like, what is she doing? Take my word. It took me a whole minute and a half to find it.